Overnight on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Overnight on the town wouldn't do us any harm. Overnight on the town wouldn't do us any harm. And we'll all hang on behind. And we'll roll the old. We'll roll the old. We'll roll the old. And we'll all hang on behind.
Yo,
I'm ready. This is my first beer of the week.
it's Thanksgiving.
Yep, tomorrow's Thanksgiving. A lot of people are busy with their lives, which I understand, which is why me and you are looking really lost. Which is why me and you are the only ones here tonight on the podcast.
But, I mean, it is what it is. We are two men
Yeah.
that are out here getting after
It ain't no different to me.
putting in the reps,
Yeah, dude.
regardless of who's coming with us or not. You know what I mean? Like,
That's been me every week. So
that's been me every week for like the last 2 years. And it's part of being an entrepreneur. It's part of being an artist. It's part of being anybody who has a hustle, who wants to get after it, who really wants to do something about it. They're going to get up and they're going to make it happen, regardless of whatever.
did you see what I posted about like that I deserve it mentality?
Yeah.
And David Goggins said that.
That was a really nice one, man. I needed that one. I know it's not directly from your brain, but you just sharing it, it's helpful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude.
Sometimes I think I lose sight of that. Like sometimes I'll get lost in the sauce of like season 3 posting that I forget to post out some of this other stuff for other people because it does help, man. Like I've been wanting to talk about suicide all week because of what happened to the Green Ranger. It was like my favorite Power Ranger.
Is that what happened?
Suicide, bro. They didn't say exactly how he did it. And I didn't want to dig. I didn't want to dig too much in. I'm sure somebody's got photos of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I didn't want to dig. I didn't want to. All I know is that my hero died and it was super sad.
Your brain, it's like our brains have created this modern world of just like love and poetry and
Right.
and this awesome life. When you want to look for like the beauty in life, you can find all these things that our mind has created, and then you have the dark side of it.
The dark side, man. Well,
That's
we can jump back in here.
well, no, this part.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man. Because I have friends that feel any kind of way about it. I mean, we all do, right? Everybody feels their own way about it, and I get it. But I mean, I've wrestled with it. You know, I've had those thoughts myself several times, even recently. Like, you know, because seasonal depression. Yeah, bro, seasonal depression's a real thing.
Yeah, dude, I'd never.
Good for
you know, I get on here and I got to speak my truth, and I don't want to be disrespectful because obviously it's a real thing. It just never has crossed my. I've always looked at it, even when I know other people that do it.
Right.
I've always like, well, you know.
Oh, it's a good
why
thing.
Why would you? It's always like that's a very selfish thing for me to say. I know.
Yeah. No.
For real, I'm like,
yeah. No.
Why would you do that?
Right.
You know?
I mean, it's kind of the same thing with like people who are like, with drugs and alcohol. You know what I mean? Like there are some people that are like, I have never wanted to smoke.
Oh, yeah,
I've never wanted to, you know what I mean? I've never wanted to do any of those things. There are people that are like that. But suicide, man, it's different, bro. Like it's an emptiness, really is what it is. You know what I mean? Like a loneliness and emptiness, and like it sucks, like because I feel like it's definitely avoidable, right? Like you gotta.
That's always I've always felt.
You gotta make those calls. You gotta send those texts. You really do. Like you really do. Like sometimes, like if I ever call you and it's randomly, like sometimes it's just joke around. You know what I mean? But sometimes there's I just didn't want to be by myself in that moment. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And so I've been wanting to say these things like, yo, man, like, don't ever feel like you can't call. Don't ever feel like you can't text me. Don't ever feel like you can't hit me up. Like,
yeah, it's crazy because I just released that podcast this week of order. We were talking about that guy's death.
Yeah.
That's kind of we ended on that message. Like, hey,
I like that. I like that.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
It was kind of hard. It was hard to say, and then it was hard to re-listen to. because I was
Yes, when I heard it, bro, it definitely hit me. It was like you were being super genuine.
I had to be in that situation. I was like,
And it did. It made me want to cry because I know who you are as a person, and I know that you mean well and that you are doing everything that you can, and you're a very loving dude. And to hear those words is really nice because, like suicide is a really real thing, and you can't come back from it.
Yeah, and it seems like it's been all around my life recently. And it's,
right now in this particular, it's seasonal depression.
All these deaths.
Right.
I'm gonna release a podcast coming where I dedicate it to my friend. He didn't kill himself, but he died.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of those things I've been thinking about a lot. Like,
yeah, and you miss people. You know what I mean? Like you miss your friends who have passed.
So
you know what I mean?
know that feeling.
Right.
I'm like, fuck, dude, that's and then I think about you kind of think about those final moments for people, and you have some sympathy. You're like, or empathy. I don't know the word. You're like, to get to that moment must be extremely dark.
Right.
To get to that final moment, where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
That's a dark thing. And
it's like
because I teeter on these philosophies, these lifestyles of fuck that.
Right.
You
right.
Like, to me, it's like, you didn't want it enough. I'm not talking about killing yourself.
Right.
I'm talking about quitting. Or
resentment and regret. That's a lot, bro.
Yeah, so I teeter on that. I'm like, I want to be soft. I want to be loving and be that. But I'm also like, no, man, you gotta like.
Sometimes you gotta be a beast.
Because I never. Again, it's just because suicide has never been on the table for me. So I'm like, you can dig yourself out of that, even if you're alone.
Right.
And you're
that's
the only.
Good,
you're the. That's just my mentality. I'm like,
no, that's great. That's been.
Because I will always post that Giannis. Thing on my story where he's like, look around, I ain't got nobody.
Right.
I'm congratulating myself.
Right. Yeah.
So
I love that.
And I want to live by that.
Right.
But I also understand that's not the look at these things that have happened. This is not the case for people.
Right. And some situations
it's tough because I do feel like a leader, and I do feel like I have people listening.
Right.
And I know these words can carry. I'm like, where do I draw the line?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you are going through something like that, man, reach out to somebody. Straight up. Yeah, that's true. Reach out to somebody. Just call your friends, call your mom, call your siblings, call your cousins, call your uncle, call your aunt. Call anybody. You know what I mean? Call a friend. Call somebody you just barely met. Maybe go grab a drink, a coffee or something. You know what I mean? Like, just get out the house, go to the grocery store, do something. If you can't hit nobody up, like, just be around people. Be around people like
Didn't that. Aaron Carter dude, he killed himself too, or
I don't know.
He was in a dark spot.
I don't know if it was him. I don't know if it was drugs. I don't know what it is, but it just sucks, man. And there's death even outside of suicide, obviously, right? And like, you feel that. Like, I feel for Takeoff. You know what I mean? Like, that it was one of his own people, bro. It's one of his own people. Like,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, dude. This has been kind of going around lately.
Yeah, bro. And then, there was Batman. The voice actor for Batman died.
I know a lot of people were.
I'm a 90s kid, so I get it. Like, it's just, it sucks, man. It sucks. Death sucks because it's finite, right? Like, you can't come back from that, right? Like, and grief is the unexpressed love. You know what I mean? And if you're a person who loves a lot, like, you feel it. You feel very deep about it.
Yeah, I saw it was like Shaq talking about Kobe.
Yeah. And that's a tremendous relationship, right?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna try to say that without crying, because I might start crying. He was just like, he didn't talk to his friend before he died, and I know that. I was like, fuck, dude, god damn it. Dude, I didn't talk to my friend for a month before he died.
It's
so
tough.
I know. I was like, oh.
Because that's why.
It really sucks, and it really does. And it sucks when you think about it, because you're like, it's never gonna happen again.
That's why I am so, like, pro give everyone their flowers, man. Give them their flowers. Like, give them their flowers where they're here, why they can actually appreciate it, like, as much as you can. You know what I mean? And I feel like I've done a pretty good job about that. in my own personal life, I'd like to be better. But that I'm definitely like, give my man's his props. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard and it's free. It didn't cost anything.
Yeah, I've had a recent turn of, because of what happened. I was like, I'm done being. I know I'm still Lubbock's #1 hater. I am. I will always be.
I knew it was gonna come around. Yes,
but just publicly, I can't. I don't feel right anymore publicly.
Right,
doing that shit.
Just trashing on people. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I had fun. It was fun. I don't regret it because it was. But,
you're a young man. That's the thing. That's the thing.
I didn't.
You're a young man.
It's just even with like Kanye, even with like these, he didn't realize like just because I'm this way doesn't mean everybody. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. You can still hate on the inside.
Oh. No, that's what I'm saying. Like publicly, I'm not.
Yeah.
But like when the cameras are off.
Yeah. It was like my friend told me I was talking to my cousin yesterday or the day before, I think, because we were talking about Call of Duty, but we were talking about other things, and he'd asked me, he was like, "Hey, have you seen that movie?" Nope. And I was like, "Nope."
Yeah,
because I didn't want to hate on it. I didn't want to trash it. I don't want to ever trash anything, especially as an artist, like, because I know what it takes to make that art. And it sucks when, you know what I mean? Like, I never want any movie to be a bad movie, especially because I'm paying to see this movie. So I don't want anything to be bad. And it's not a bad movie. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be.
I feel you.
But if I never talk about a movie on social media and I went to go see it.
No, I've had a recent turn of events like that. I can't do it no more.
Right.
Because I didn't realize, again, this is my conflicting mental, like I didn't realize people are that soft. I didn't realize. I mean, because that's just how I am. I know. I mean, words hurt, but
right.
You can hit me with anything, and I'm just like, whatever.
Right, but it's because you've heard a lot of it already, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, I just grew up that way, though.
Right.
Like, you first of all, you don't know me.
Right. Yeah.
When people say, you don't know me,
right.
But words don't really fuck with me like that. But they do to other people, and it can lead to what has happened.
Right. Yeah. For sure.
Especially if you're in the spotlight, even if it is just the Lubbock spotlight.
Right.
Or the grand, like it. I think that is why the guys like Goggins are good, because you need to take a little bit of that, like
yeah, no,
you kind of have to be tough, because the world is not going to be nice to you, in any sense. Like, nobody owes you anything anyways,
right?
So I mean, if a guy wants to shit on you and make money doing it, good for him,
right?
I mean, you can't
providing jobs out here.
You can't be mad at that. So, but I was gonna bring I was gonna bring this point too. I don't know if you listened to Two Bears One Cave. Quentin Tarantino was on it.
I hadn't seen that one. Is it good? Is it a good one?
Okay, one of the things he said was, he's like, "Look, I'm not gonna shit on people." He's like, "I'm not here to shit on other people's work," but he's like, "I'm not going to be a cheerleader for y'all. We're here to talk about me."
Right. Yeah.
So like,
and it comes back down to
that's my thing now. I'm like, all right,
yeah.
I won't even give you guys flowers. I know you just said you do that, but I'm like, I'm not going to shit on anybody. But fuck you guys.
I mean, the thing, like, for me, the way I look at it, man, is like, there's so much negativity on the internet already. I just don't want to add another piece to it, because then it just creates this echo chamber of like, oh, he thinks it's cool to be this way, and I'm like, no, I don't. Granted, like I said, I am an artist, so I get it. Like, I can look at something and I can critique from a positive aspect, but I can also do it from a negative aspect, because it doesn't take any effort to do it from a negative aspect, right? It's really easy. That's probably like the easiest thing to do, right? It's hard to give something its flowers, even if you think it's trash, right? But for me personally, I'm like, I just want to let the people that I know that I actually do love them, and that's what I mean by giving them the flowers. Does that mean that I have to repost all their stuff all the time? No, it doesn't. Not at all. In fact, I have plenty of people that I don't, because I think that it's not awesome. I can't. Like another friend of mine, he had and I knew this guy since I was like 16, 17. He has a brand. He doesn't have a brand anymore. This happened a couple years back, but he was just super raunchy with it, bro. And I was just like, I can't.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I can't even really like this, bro, because this is gross. What you're putting out in the world is gross. And you might think it's hilarious and your friends might think it's funny, but it's gross. Like, it's way raunch. Like, it was raunch,
that's
bro.
true. Okay.
It was way raunch. And I was just like, dude, I can't repost. I can't post this, right? I can't do it. I just can't do it. But good for you, I guess. I mean,
I think that's why I think a lot of people can learn from Joe Rogan's. He's pretty good at putting people on and encouraging people to do
right.
Like, go listen to the one with Danny Brown today. That's a pretty good one. He was just like, because Danny Brown was, I had to quit listening to it because Danny Brown was like talking about going into comedy, and he was like, oh, I don't want to, all the reasons why he didn't want to, and Rogan was like, just do it.
Right. Yeah.
I think I need to take that approach. Like,
yeah.
I've had it just,
Bro, what was that thing that y'all were doing with the band? Was it a band?
Yeah, we were just jamming.
Y'all was just a jam session?
Talk about that real quick.
Yes, bro. It looked cool. It looked incredible.
Fun. I was telling my stepdad this. Like, I don't want to come at it like I'm the shit or I have a big ego, but
right.
when I do this, I'm pretty good at this.
Right.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at this. I'm comfortable. I can go anywhere and do this with anybody, and I think I will be good at it. Podcasting.
That's a great feeling.
There's something about podcasting. When I went over there to play music.
Right.
Your boy got a little humbled.
Did you really?
He got punched in the stomach a little bit.
What was it? What was it that caused that?
There was another guy there that was fucking great. He was really good. Mm-hmm. No, I don't know him, so whenever I speak, I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know who he is, but he's really good at playing guitar.
He had the skills.
Was like, oof. And this was the first time I've ever played in a setting like that. Anyways, right? Like, cohesively as a band, I'd never done that, so I was like. Did you let him know that you thought he was good? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, here's the thing: is I'm not even gonna get into that. Never mind. Okay. Just know I was like, You saw it. I haven't felt small in a room in a while. Yeah. And it was good. It was good for me. Feeling. It was very good for me. It was a good feeling. I felt very weak in that moment, and I was very vulnerable. But it was good that I'll even be honest. At one point, I was like, I want to leave. Yeah. But I didn't leave. I stuck with it. And I do want to I think I'm okay at guitar playing. Seeing what he was, I was like, that's where I want to be. Mm-hmm. And now I know what I need, what it's going to take to be at that level. Right. Sometimes that's the best thing that you can do. And I want to, I do want to play on stage. I want to have fun. I want to see what that's like. I want to play music that I like on stage. I think I can be in front of a crowd and play. Bro. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I've been in front of crowds before, but I was like, this is what I. What kind of music? What kind of music would you want to be playing? Thrash metal. Metal. So I mean, this is gonna. You have a name? Can you say it? No, this wasn't even. This was just us fucking around over there, kind of, and I was just like. Can I name y'all's band? No, and I don't even have a band anymore. Like, I just. This band, you're creating one right now. So I took a step back and I'm like, this is what I need to do, and I need to be around people that are gonna make me better and that are on the same page as me, dude. Because. This was the thing that I heard on the 806er podcast. He was saying, and this is true, iron sharpens iron. Yeah. But there's not a lot of iron out here. Yeah. So it's so imperative. I'm trying to find, and again, I'm not shitting on anybody. Right. I mean, I'm not talking shit on anybody right now. It was a lot of, it was just like, it was good for me to be there. Right. But my time is limited in my... you gotta grow. You gotta grow. Yeah. You gotta continue. I need to grow, and I need to, like, I know where now. Like, it's a lot like podcasting. Like, I know where I want to be. Right. Because if I'm gonna take on, I mean, you're already doing the thing that you're talking about, which is watching other people be great, and then taking that and making it your own. Yeah. Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm going to take something else on, aside from this, like, I have to give it the other. It's due. You got to give it its due. The other, like when this is easy to do now. I can sit here and do for this, put it up, it's done. You've put in the reps. So now whenever I understand, I had to relearn it on Saturday. Like, okay, we kind of have to put in hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Like, this is the only way to get better at it. Hours and hours and hours. as a band.
Right.
And I learned it in podcasting.
10,000
So because
hours.
it took me 3 years to get people who are on board to do the podcast. So I'm like, all right, I got to find people who are on board to not fuck around. Because, I mean, you know, I don't know people's motives. Like, if you want to just play music on a Saturday because you're fucking...
Right, because you don't want to be at the house.
You want to blow some steam off. And yeah, that's fun. We kind of did that on Saturday. But I'm like, look, man,
you need somebody who's willing to travel.
I don't want to...
And do shows.
I don't want to just do this for free. Like, I know, like, that sounds silly. Like, I want to start a band and I want to be serious. I want people to take me serious in this. I think they already do take me serious in this, but also in that.
Right.
And
the only way to make money doing music is by doing shows, traveling and doing shows. And if you can't travel and you can't do shows, then there's no point in you doing it.
So I had an awakening in 2 different ways. I was like, personally, like, okay, only thing I can do is practice harder and with more intent.
Right.
Which I can do alone in my room.
Right.
To be a better guitar player.
Right.
That's a lifelong journey anyways.
Right, exactly.
But I'm like, I need to find guys in a musical sense that are on the same page, if not higher, not
right. No, I agree.
And I'm not even talking talent. I'm kind of.
Have I hooked you up with my boy Jose?
No, yeah.
Okay.
You said you were.
Yes.
Like,
let me send you that stuff right now. Make sure.
I want to. So Saturday, I was like, I don't know, because I don't know if like it makes sense to people who just. And there's nothing wrong with just working and going home and then doing your thing. But like I have the podcast that I got to do. I have, you know, a girlfriend that wants my time. And I got to, so I'm just saying, I understand now what I got to do to be where I want to be next in terms of music. Because this is already, you know, I think we've got the ball rolling on this anyway, so... Obviously, we're going to grow on this, but in that sense, I was like...
I think you can do it, man.
Yeah, so that's my point. Your boy got a little... Your boy don't... it hasn't happened in a long time, and I'm not even the shit or anything, but it hasn't happened in a long time where I walk in a room and I'm like, what am I doing here, you know? It hasn't happened in a while, and I'm glad it did. It fucked me. It got me. And I'm glad it did because I was gratefully humbled. I was like, okay, yeah.
Well, man's got flexed on.
I did. And I think everybody needs that from time to time, you know?
Absolutely. No, it's a good thing, man.
I think I was on my high horse. I was.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh, yeah, okay.
No, it's a good thing. It is a very good thing because even when you, like boxers, for instance, right? There's always a contender. Right? There's the champion and there's a contender. The contender, even if he gets destroyed in the match, always comes back 1,000,000 times better because he gets the rub. He's now gotten to the ring with somebody who's worthy to be in the ring with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And because of that, even though he's getting pieced up, he's still learning. He's learning that he's not as fast as he thought he was. And he's learning that, oh yeah, I don't duck enough here. Right?
Yeah.
So that's what happens.
It did.
And this is the situation that you're in. It's a wonderful situation to be in. Yes.
It is.
I need it myself.
At the time, it sucked, and I was just like, oh, I'm embarrassed. Mm-hmm. And you had that everybody's fucking recording, and they're like, God damn it. You know, I had a good time. I learned a lot just by watching. I was like, all right. I learned.
Yeah.
It's another reminder. I'm like, I can't booze it up if I'm gonna play music. I can't just. It's kind of like you can't just set up the podcast and just aimlessly. I mean, you can.
Right. I mean, that's how it starts.
But if you're looking for something else,
right?
You just can't do that. And I don't want to sound.
I mean, but that's the thing with everything. You can't just pick up, Well,
I mean, I've been playing guitar for a while, but I just like, damn, it's cool. It was good for me to be in that setting.
Yeah.
And
that's what's up, man. That's good. That's real good.
More moments like that. I think I need to start doing other things.
Yeah.
Just to put me in that
zone.
Like maybe probably martial arts more so than anything.
Are you gonna get in the ring with Swag ever? When's that happening?
Not in the ring, like wrestling.
In the mat. Just on the mat. Yeah.
Wrestling's a little bit different. I don't want to get punched.
Okay.
I think we can wrestle. I can
Wrestle.
kind of like move around a little bit. But
Yeah.
he's a little wiry motherfucker.
Dude, he's a beast.
He
He's
is
solid.
He is a fucking.
He's a beast, and he's solid, bro.
He's a son bitch.
I love Swag.
I'm glad
cool.
he's a part of this because
I know. I wish he was here now. On the,
he'll be here in a little bit.
He'll be here in a little bit.
Yeah,
He'll be here for lunch here, so stick to
So
him.
yeah, the band thing. It's not gonna come overnight.
Right.
And
Yeah,
it's
for
gonna
sure.
be a long journey. Because it took a long time to find people that wanted to do this.
Wanted to do this, and that's because
And,
this is legit.
Yeah.
But we're down
So-
2 this week.
Yeah.
And we miss you guys.
Yeah. So, I hope people who are listening kind of can have enough. What's the word? Like, and not like enough of self awareness, maybe that they can be like, I need to be in a room where.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
need
the
to be
greatest.
right. You need to always be in a room where you're not the smartest, man. That's the only way that you grow.
Yeah.
The only way that you grow because you
And
finally realize, oh no,
it fucking.
I'm not all that.
And it's extremely awkward and it sucks in the moment.
It's
I think if you can push through it,
yeah,
you're gonna be better.
Yeah.
And you can't just stop once.
because you're rising to the occasion. You know what I mean? Like you are now
That's
in a
why I'm
place
like
where you're challenged.
I'm super proud of myself for sticking through that. And,
Yeah.
And just because you know how guys.
You even
are.
dyed your hair.
Yeah, you know how I had it dyed at that moment. You know how just dudes are. Just you
Dudes
mixing
being dudes.
alcohol and shit, and
Right.
I'm sensitive, so I was listening to words. I was like, "Can you shut the fuck up, please? I'm just trying to hang in there."
Hilarious, bro.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm glad something like that happened.
No, that's
It was a
good,
fun
man.
time.
No, that's good.
I'm levels. I gained levels that night, even though
Yeah.
I didn't. You know.
Yeah, no, you got the rub.
yeah, I was
you
like,
got the
all
rub.
right, all right.
That's
It's
you need more of that.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want. I wish I had more of that.
it's a lot
honestly.
like looking at these numbers of the podcasters here or other people. I'm like, all right, yeah, all right. It's a little bit of a challenge in my head. I'm like, all right, you mother-
But do you feel in this challenge? You feel good about it, right? It's not like a evil thing.
No, it's just all in here.
Okay.
It's just
All
like
right.
it's a kind of a self thing. Like I don't. I have to look at it because I need to know what's going on in the
Right.
city.
Yeah.
But it's probably shouldn't, but
Right.
I do, and I'm like, all right. And I learned a lot doing this. I realized podcasting day in and day out and setting up and setting down, not having enough people. Like, I'm like, all right, man. I think I can.
You've been having some
I think I have
incredible
I think I
podcasts though
have- I
lately.
think I have true grit, man. I think I got some
Yeah.
grit doing this, and I'm like,
Yeah.
there's really nothing that's gonna stop me now
Yeah.
from trying, anyways.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
I
why
like
not?
what's the alternative?
Death.
Don't do it.
I'm
Not worth
I'm just saying. There,
Not worth
like
it.
I know. Again, it sounds silly. Like I'm going to do this,
Mhm.
or I'm going to die trying.
Right. Yeah.
There's not another option for me.
I thought about that
Like,
this morning.
There was a guy who retired from music. You know, all love to you, man. And your journey is your journey.
Mhm.
And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I look at it like, I can't stop.
Yeah.
There's no.
I don't think that
there's no retiring for me.
Yeah. I mean, the goal, and this was something that I've been thinking about for a while. The goal is just work-life integration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not necessarily balance, but the integration. Because, like, it's a part of you, man. Like, as an artist, everything that you put out has so much of you in it that it has so much of you in it that experience has so much of you in it. Does that make sense? Like, you need it just to be living. Does that make sense? That's why people, like, they say people who retire, like, they die
Like
almost
the Japanese people, they kill
like-
themselves.
right. Yeah, like, it's a crazy thing. Like, they
Yeah.
can't deal with it. Like, they need it
Mhm.
because of how much
And
it's been a part
I
of
will
them.
say, on that note, like, you can learn that. Like,
Right.
that's what I've done. I've
Right.
forced myself to be that way
Right.
because I don't think you can succeed. But
Right.
I don't think you can be great unless you live like that.
Right.
And to like,
You got to figure out a way to
and it's kind of what
stay in that flow state.
Yeah, it's what
essentially.
Goggins says. It's like, balance is cool. that's that. If that's how you want to live, it's kind of not. I don't think it's possible as an artist, as a creator. It's not gonna. You have to give up a lot of things,
right? Yeah,
and I'm more than willing to.
It's
I really am. Like,
as you get older, and this will be a thing that you have to keep in mind. The expense is the time.
Yeah,
and the time is
that's
what
why
it
I'm
takes.
like. That's why, like I was saying with that band situation, I'm like, that's got to be deliberate time now,
Right.
because
Right. It's got to be a thing you got to work in the routine.
the
But
weeks go by fucking
right.
fast. And,
But it's not impossible, right? Like you are dead as long as you are allocating your time right.
Well, yeah, I just mean too. It's kind of I can, if it's
That's why we're here right now.
So that's what I mean. So now, even more so after Saturday, I'm like, okay, when I get home, I can't just get on my phone.
Right.
I can't just lay down
Right.
as much as I want to.
Yeah.
This
is good, man. This is good. This
I had
is
a lot
the
of
growth.
realization this whole week.
Yeah.
And
Learned a lot.
I'm not perfect by any means, and there's moments where I don't do these things that I'm talking about. But if I'm gonna say it, I'm gonna probably do it most of the time.
Do you think the non-drinking has helped in this aspect because now you're figuring out you have more free time than you thought you did?
No,
I
I would say the non-drinking has made me realize I gotta earn the drinking. You know what I mean? Like
I like it.
and I can't like right here we can do that. This is easy to.
It's a chill thing. It's chill.
Like,
We're not
again,
getting
back
twisted.
to the music thing. Like I can't practice drunk anymore.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that because it's a waste.
Right.
And then
Because you're not engaged the way that you should.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like if we do the snake pit.
Right.
I'm not gonna drink during that. That would be a waste.
Right.
But these are fun. These are just us chilling, shooting
Right.
shit.
This is just us
Yeah,
chilling.
but yeah, it just made me realize like,
Good on you, man.
yeah, man, it's been
You've been on this journey.
a weird journey. Even
been
in
a
the last
ride.
like 2 weeks,
Yeah, man.
2-3 weeks. I turned 26 like not long ago.
Dude,
I'm like, damn.
that's a crazy situation.
I'm trying to be better at everything.
Yeah.
I gotta be good because
Yeah.
I want to be great.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad I'm gonna start putting myself out there like that because you got to be around. You got to you're right. You got to iron sharpens iron, and unfortunately, like the Sixer said, you kind of have to search for it. It's kind of very difficult to find it.
Yeah.
People who are willing to work really hard and
it's a lot of work, man. It is a lot of work.
That's the only shitty thing about the band is it's a band. You can't do it solo.
Right.
I can't do that solo. You got to work with fucking 4 other people.
What about that guy from System of a Down?
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not that
He
good.
couldn't do it by himself either. He needed a band.
Very, very, very
to do
talented
it.
people can do one
Right.
instrument. I'm not.
Once you get access to the resources, then you'd be able to do
That's
it.
why
But
I'm like,
you don't have access to the resources right now.
I think the universe will reward you. So I gotta be at that level.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, keep chasing it, man. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I am excited for you. And then I say this as a guy that I believe that every man should have both a mentor and an apprentice at some point in his life.
I would love an apprentice one day.
Yeah. I feel like you are that to me personally. I know it's a crazy thing to say, but like that's how I feel sometimes. I want to be that. I want to help to give some guidance and some alignment, man, because any help is good help, bro. Like it's not a bad thing. And I wish that's why I'm like, dude, I don't think people understand what I'm doing with season 3 for the city. Like I want to be that for other people as well. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. I don't know what it is.
It's a lot of breaking ground without breaking down.
I don't know what it is, and I don't want to speak out of line, but I almost feel like people don't want it. People are scared to have it.
It's a scary thing to do what you're doing. Think about it. Like you don't think of it as scary because you've already got knocked out and you've gotten back up a few hundred times already, and you're okay with doing it again.
Yeah, I don't think people realize that if somebody succeeds here, it's good for all of us.
It's good for everybody. Yeah.
I don't think people realize that, and I think
people.
I just realized that was going on the whole time.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Is it gonna? We're not gonna hear anything, huh?
Yeah, we will, but it might be a little,
Who you making?
little noisy.
But
That's how good the conversation was. I didn't even
dude,
realize.
it was dope. Yeah.
I think for whatever reason, I think people are scared to.
Are they scared or are they jealous?
I don't even want to say it's jealousy. That might be giving it too much credit. No disrespect. I'm just being honest. No disrespect. Like I think people are. I think it might check them, and they'd be like, "Oh, he
That
did
could
it."
have been me.
No, I know. I don't even know if it's that. I think that. Oh shit, he did it. I kind of have to do it now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think. I think there's a lot of like. I know a lot of people are. Oh God, I just said I wasn't gonna shit talk people, but I don't think people.
They don't give it. They don't give it the due that it.
I don't think people have the that dog in them. If we're speaking honestly, I don't think a lot of the city, these people, I don't think they have that true.
I think is
true passion, if you will, that dog in. I don't think they have that, and I think that's why something like you or me scares them a little bit, or they don't want it to happen because then they have to.
They have to acknowledge.
Really.
They have to acknowledge.
Yeah, they
the
do.
work that you.
I don't know nobody, so I don't know. But I think they would be like, oh shit, I kind of was just slacking off.
Right.
Somebody did it here.
Right.
I can do it.
It could be done.
You gotta. I don't know nobody. And, you know, I don't know how many hours people are putting in, but if you succeed, I'm telling you personally, like everybody else can be like, oh shit, I can own a store here. I can.
Right.
Or I can move because I know a lot of people like to do that. I can move and own a store. Like I think that's why I think it scares people. I don't think we're there yet. We're gonna be there eventually.
They don't even have to be scared. Like that. Yeah. That's the thing. Like it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's only a matter of when. That's it. Literally. Going to happen. It just is a matter of when. When is it going to happen? Well, when is it going to happen? We don't honestly know yet, right? But even statistically, it's going to happen.
Yeah, it is.
Based off of the amount of people that are here and the amount of things to do.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know, I don't want to rush it, but right. I do know when it happens. I really do believe this. Like when it happens, a lot of people they're going to start wobbling and like, oh, you know, maybe I should have been moving differently. Yeah. But because I don't see very many people with a solid foundation here. Yeah,
that's why it's important that, you know, the only way to win is with the team, bro. Mm-hmm. Like that's the only way to win. Like you can't be a lone gun forever. It's never going to happen.
No, it really doesn't.
It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen if you're a lone gun.
Especially here, it's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen because the city itself already is a lone gun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly
the closest big city that we have is maybe Plainview. If you want to give it that much due.
Shout out to my boy at Ash Street, Venetia.
But the next big city on the map
is Dallas.
Is freaking Amarillo. That's the next closest one. And that's still like 140 miles. There's two, Amarillo. Like Lubbock, Amarillo, and then nothing for 500 miles. Yeah. That's it, right? So the city that you live in is already a lone gun. So you cannot be a lone gun. You need a team. You need an Avengers. I don't even feel bad
about what I said because on the 806er podcast, I was like, he's like, I can't name nobody because you guys aren't working hard enough.
Right. No, that's respectable. Okay. He did say that. Yeah. He did say that. So that was the thing that he said.
That's my mentality.
Right.
I'm like, you
right. And the thing is,
you could be out here. You could always be doing more. We all could be doing more.
The problem with Lubbock is that Lubbock, unfortunately, as far as people trying to hustle and trying to make something of themselves, everyone is on an island.
Yeah. And I mean, just speaking in your, I also know how, nobody like, I see who shares your stuff. So, I mean, I know that's like a silly thing for some people. Like, I'm like, all right. Mm-hmm. Who didn't come to Fools and Ghouls? I knew you were in town. I know who's chilling on Sip and Drip. Like, if if you really like break it down, that's why I think it's a lot of selfish interest and for these people, like, and that's cool. That's your thing.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that because that's your lane, your path. But I'm like, I know who really cares about this city and who doesn't. I feel like I do. I feel like I have a good idea of who does and who doesn't.
Do you ever feel like Batman where you're like, this is my city?
I kind of can tell. No, I don't think it's my city. No, it's Patrick Mahomes' city. But
whether he wants to claim it or not.
I can kind of tell. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it is a benefit to really care about where you're at. But, you know, if you want to, you know, do your own thing and for your own interests, that's cool. I mean, that's great. And
you got to remember though too, some of these people are genuinely oblivious. They just don't know.
And you got to understand also who I am and who you are. Like, we're here to do well for ourselves, for sure. Absolutely. But also for the city. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to do interactions with those people. Like, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying what you're doing is for the wrong reasons. I just don't want to interact with people who aren't trying to put on for the city. Right. Because we are trying to do something impossible. Right. Impossible. It is. That's why I'm like, I'm not singling out anybody or talking shit on anybody, but we kind of are on the same path in that sense. And I know who, just by like on the social media, and the events, I know who. I don't think there's anything wrong with caring about the city. Like, I think it can even benefit you. There's nothing wrong with doing it for yourself. I mean, that's cool. Again, I mean, you're alone in this world, kind of. But if you want to put on for your city, that's an added benefit. Dude, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, not at all. But it's hard. It's a lot to ask because the thing is, there are so many people that they're just low key about everything. You know what I mean? Like they barely even have social media sometimes. You know?
Yeah. Shout out to this guy,
right?
John Humble Hustle. I mean, I was like telling him like, hey man, you kind of got to get out there. Right. You should do more events, and you can go get your own opinion on the pod that's coming out, episode 213. But you know, I was like, hey man, I think you need to do more events. Right. It'll be very beneficial for you. I think a lot of people would like your stuff. Right. So maybe
it's hard.
Maybe that's part of it too. You're right. It's hard, and then they just kind of need to connect with the right people.
Right. Because like,
but I think that's our job.
Yeah, that's why we did when we were doing the vendor spots for the event, bro. We only charged like $10 because like literally it was because when you go to some of these events, bro, some of these tables, bro, they're like $75, $150. They could be up to $2,000 for a booth at some of these events. It's ridiculous.
Like in the bigger cities.
Yes, bro. Yeah. In the bigger cities, at the bigger events, and like I get it. Like everybody's trying to make money. I get that 100%. I do. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, give a little. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm like, I really try not to gatekeep. And as far as our prices, like we don't charge out the yin yang because we want the stuff to move. We want to help people. We want to put on for this city. Like that's what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, dude, you gotta understand. Lubbock is a dope city. It is dope. We have cool stuff going on here all the time. There's a lot of cool people. It gets live. And it could get so much liver if we could just work together and make it happen. Like, I don't understand what the trepidation is. I don't get it. It makes no sense.
I think this is the word I learned on Rogan, the scarcity mentality.
That's what it's a killer.
I mean, I still kind of have that, but I'm forcing myself out of that because there's plenty for all of us. And there's plenty, and I don't think there's anything. It's just an added benefit, right? When you do it with a lot of people, when you you work with people, and you and you help people,
and it's something as simple as just like going to a local barber. Was it?
No, you're good.
Okay, my bad. It's something as simple as going to your local barber, going to a local food truck, and just taking a picture, tagging them in it, and posting it up. Like it's not hard. It's not hard to do. That's what I mean by working together. Like,
see, I have an outsider's perspective when it comes to you because I help you and I don't have money invested in you. So whenever I see people who should be, personally speaking here,
Right.
should be supporting you.
Right.
I'm like, you can't say that it's not the money, because I see people the way they
Right.
go out to bars and
Dude,
shit.
for
I'm
real,
like,
bro.
that money you spent at the bar, granted, good for you, have a good time, but
Right.
I know you got money.
Right.
Your money to
I mean,
buy.
the thing is, especially with shirts, everybody's got to put one on.
Yeah, and you don't even have to buy anything from you. You're right. Just go to the store.
Just go. Say what's up.
Go to the events.
Right. Because, and especially with the sip and drip stuff, because it wasn't just me. It wasn't just La Chavinia. There were a bunch of other people there, and they were all selling a bunch of different stuff.
We got one of the guys on the pod.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know what else I can say or what else I can do. Just know, Lubbock, Texas, I love you. And I would like to see you be better.
We can only we got to be the change that we want to see, and
we are.
I think we are.
Well, we definitely are.
I'm very encouraged and looking forward to the future, and I'm also kind of disappointed.
Oh yeah, just because you see it.
I that's my job. I pay attention, and I'm like, oh, you sons of bitches. But you, it's a long run. It is a long run, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a good idea what's gonna happen, and I know where people are going.
Right.
But shout out to the people that do good things here. It's a lot of great, and I know I kind of been talking a little bit, but there's a lot of good people here, and there's a lot of good people, man.
There's a great community here.
Great at doing things in Lubbock.
And Lubbock deserves it, man. Like genuinely.
I'm not gonna say deserve mentality.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we're earning it. We're working towards it.
There you go.
It's
getting better.
We're getting better at doing cool things. I mean, there's never not. You're right. There's never not a thing not going on here.
Now, if only they could build us a decent water park.
I think a decent comedy venue would be very, very beneficial to the city of Lubbock.
Dude, the Buddy Holly Center is dope.
But for smaller comics. Like an actual comedy store.
I got you.
Type deal, I think we would.
Well, they're trying. They are trying, right? How's that been going? Have you checked in with them?
They do open mics every, on all the,
You're going to do yours? When are you doing yours?
At the end of probably after the Super Bowl, because we'll see what we'll see what the actual score is after the Super Bowl. And
have you been working on material?
No, once it gets closer to that,
you better start working on some material, son.
Yeah,
you're gonna look like a fool.
It's gonna fucking suck.
Because I mean, think about it.
It's gonna suck, man.
If it's better to have that material.
I have an ace up my sleeve.
What's the ace?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Can you tell me off air?
I got a guy who's gonna.
You got a guy? Oh, man, so lame.
I got a funny guy who's gonna really help me out.
Y'all should write each other's skits or each other's.
He's a comedian.
Jokes.
He's gonna help me out.
Okay, all right.
I'm not gonna I have a little bit of integrity. He's not gonna write it all, but he's gonna help you build. He's gonna help me build a good thing. Right. I gotta do 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Probably. I'm losing pretty badly, so yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do it.
So then you better start working on it, sucker. What the hell? That's funny though. I'm excited. Yeah. You gonna let me record it?
If you want, I don't know.
No,
you can record it, but I don't know if we put it out.
Okay, all right.
We'll see. It's gonna fucking suck. No. I'm not funny, man.
I've been wanting to film some stuff, bro. I've really wanted to film some stuff. I haven't filmed anything in a while because I haven't been able to get out. But I really want to film some stuff.
What are you talking about? Just anything?
Make it look beautiful.
Filming what though?
Anything? Yeah, anything, but making it look like a straight up movie. That's what I want to do.
Well, once we get the band together, you can film that.
I already did.
But once we get an actual,
but did it not feel like a movie?
It was pretty cool.
It felt like a movie, right? Yeah.
Just I'm excited for Bradley to get his thing going.
I know, man.
Shout out to.
He wants me to. Well, go ahead. No.
He wants you to what?
I'm gonna announce it here, in case anybody's listening.
Shout out to Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead, yes. Carlos. That poster was cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
I wish you were on the poster. I know you're just like, a little cameo.
Like a fucking.
You're a secret cameo.
2 second.
He's a secret cameo in the movie.
Cool. You're gonna watch him get killed.
If you find him.
Spoiler alert.
If you find him, point him out.
It's gonna be pretty fun. So see that go on.
Dude, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know what? Dude,
I got shot.
I just realized you've gone full cowboy, right? Straight up full cowboy for this movie.
On this movie.
And I've gone full samurai.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that video? Yeah, it's a dope video. I'll show it to you after we're done here, so you can see it. But yeah, man, it's legit. I guess we could pull it up now. Should we pull it up? Pull it up on the tablet, and people can see it. This dude, bro. Rattlesnake Roy. If you love fart videos, he will love your channel.
Yeah, that's gonna stink.
Dude, you would, bro. Why would you do it? He knows I hate his farts, bro. His farts are disgusting.
They're nasty, and I've been drinking beers.
His farts came straight from the pits of hell, bro. They're the worst kind of beers.
Hold on. So you're gonna play that?
Yes.
Can you send it to me?
Yeah, I can send it. But what he does, obviously, is that photo shoot, right? For a tourist or whatever. And it's dope. But he was really dope because he did talk English, right? And he dresses in like what they call a rockabilly style. So it's like that 1950s, like with bomber jackets and like really dope denim. Yes. And he drives a Harley Davidson. He's freaking cold, bro.
American shit.
He's way cold with it, bro. He's a classy dude. And he dresses his sons like that too.
Nice.
It's way awesome.
There's two things I want.
What's that?
For like a permanent studio in the future. I want an actual katana.
Mm-hmm.
That's I would spend money on like one from like the 16th century. I would love to have one.
Dang, nice.
And then I want a World War II Nazi helmet.
Yeah, so that's why we got to play the Powerball, so we can get stuff like that.
We can earn it one day.
We need to get stuff like that.
We'll earn it one day, but I want a World War II German helmet. Those are pretty cool. Particularly, I'd love to have money to find one that was captured.
Yeah.
Because
what didn't that guy sell them on the Rogan show? The guy he made it like lamps.
Yeah, but Rogan shouted him out, and it's like impossible to get him now.
But people will do the exact same thing.
But I don't
He's
want
not
it.
the only guy that does
I want an actual. Like I don't want it work. I want a helmet.
Well, what I'm saying is he's not the only guy that does it. There's other cats that do it.
It's World War II, so it's pretty scarce. So I got to find one.
I bet it's dope though.
Those are cool helmets,
dude.
They were pretty innovative in their technology. As evil as they were?
What's the coolest old time war movie you've seen?
I liked Fury a lot.
Really?
I really liked Fury.
That was furious.
There's a movie about World War I, the Battle of Argonne.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good movie. I can't think of what it's called.
Have you seen 1917?
No, I haven't seen that one.
What? Dude, we should go to the house and watch it.
And then I want to watch All Quiet on the Western Front. We got to do another one after this.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Dang. Dude, 1917 never not so working. Good. So
I want to watch All Quiet on the Western Front.
I wanted to watch that too. I haven't seen it. You want to watch it?
Probably. We can watch it this weekend. I'll probably have some time to watch it this weekend.
Cool. All right, man. You ready to wrap this bad boy?
If you want to.
We can wrap this bad boy up.
This has been Pirate Radio. Just two of us, two of the four. Just a good one.
The two of us.
Sé un hombre. We'll see you guys next time.
Let us.